Hi everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and this is your March readings. We're going to do it a little bit differently. I've been experimenting, trying different formats, trying to get that sweet spot where I'm not spending my whole month devoted to monthly readings and I'm not filling up the feed with a bunch of videos. So what we're doing now is we're going to do probably about three astrological signs per video. So we'd say, for example, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. And they're about 20 minutes apart, and it's going to focus on both life and love. And for singles, and with love, singles and couples. About 20 minutes a piece for each sign. And so it'll be about, 20 minutes per sign. And so I'll have a breakdown in each video description where your sign starts in, the minutes and seconds. So that's what we're doing this month. We're going to change it up. I got a little bit of feedback from people saying they also wanted readings about abundance or about life and not just love. And I feel them because I don't necessarily need love romance advice. You know what I mean? Like, not at this juncture in my life, not right now, but not to say that I can't use a little help in that. Of course, we all can. But it's nice to add different elements to the reading. So that's what we're going to do. And at first, I tried to do readings apart, where we had a reading, about 20 minutes apart for love for each sign. And then I wanted to do it the same also for abundance or life readings. That was entirely too much. I don't want to spend my every waking moment trying to do astrological signs as much as I enjoy doing them, So all this to say, we're doing a new, different format. Let me know how you like it, if this works better for you, if you like a little bit of focus on both love and life, or if you just want love. I am definitely open to feedback. This is an ever-evolving process because I do like delivering the videos. I love doing the astrological love readings, so that will continue in some capacity. But I just want to continue to keep giving that good divine information that I'm, downloading from Spirit to all of you. So thank you so much for watching. We're now going to go ahead and move on to each of the astrological signs. And like I said, thank you for watching and many blessings to you for the month of March. Hey Cancers, we're doing your March reading for both life and love, and also a touch upon how to increase abundance in your life. So Spirit, what overall energies will Cancers be working with March of 2018? Let's take a look. Let's see. Sorry guys, my son just got home. Opening the door. Okay, so we have the growth card from the Dear Heart Oracle. And then we have intuition. And I get a sense for the month of March, Cancer. There's a sense that you are gaining growth by following your intuition this month. Like, this is the time for you to follow your intuition. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. And there's so much growth that you're going to be bearing witness in your life. You're going to be so amazed, and it's going to be growth for some of you. where you're at the initial stages where you're finally starting to see the buds and the sprouts to the surface, where others of you are planting the roots, but still going through that growing process, that gaining insight and new information. Perhaps you're new on a job and now you can finally start to see the growth and knowledge that you've received. Perhaps you're a new parent and now you're seeing the growth that has transpired with both your child and both yourself. Perhaps there's growth in a relationship that you've got going on. Perhaps there's growth in, say, an understanding, an idea. Perhaps you felt one way about one thing. Maybe you felt one way about the death penalty. Now you have growth and you see things differently. Or perhaps you actually physically are growing things, growing businesses, growing a garden even. There's a lot of growth manifested in the month of March for Cancers at various degrees in Cancers' lives. I mean, we all are experiencing growth to one extent or another, but for Cancers is an extreme amount of growth that you're able to actually really look at. And if you compared Cancer's growth to other signs' growth for the month of March, it would be like exponentially higher. And this is a call to, during this time of growth, to lean in on your intuition, because it is always there, Cancers. I always say, grow your intuition. But what I really mean by growing your intuition is growing your awareness to your own intuition, not your intuition yourself. Your intuition is already high functioning. Like, you are able to also tap into your own insight for your own future. So just trust in that and lean in a little bit more for the answers this coming month as you are confronted with questions or choices that come up. Follow your intuition, and then you will see even more growth in your relationship with yourself, because that is just as important. The relationship with yourself, the relationship with your higher self, the relationship with God, energy in your life is the most paramount, most important thing. So by you leaning in on your intuition, that is a huge significator of growth in your life. All right, Spirit, what is an area in Cancer's life that they need to surrender? What do they need to focus on and surrender? Okay. So for the month of March, Cancers are called to surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. Look at that. Look at that image. So sometimes in order to feel like we're in control, Cancers, we then hold on tighter to people or situations, hoping that by holding on tighter, that will then cause whatever we're holding on to stay, to not go out tonight. It's the 5th time this week that they've gone out and you're frustrated. You want to squeeze, you want to control, but that's not the way to getting people to respond to you. Sorry guys, I wanted to zoom out a little bit. So you're going to have to find growth in a relationship with a partner, perhaps. I get a sense that this card is speaking to intimate partnerships and also situations, maybe work situations, maybe just situations where you really feel like you have to have a grip on it, or on them, or on him or her. Surrender your desire, though, because this is not going to get you there. Okay, let's take a look at the Butterfly Oracle, and this is the Power of Surrender Oracle cards. This is the Butterfly Oracle. This was the Dear Heart Oracle. Spirit, for Cancers for the month of March, what are they working with? Outside and inside influences in the month of March for our Cancer friends. What are we working with? interesting. So we have forgiveness. Beautiful card. And parental care. Okay, and so what's interesting, I get a sense that from the surrender your desire to control people card, there's also an element of forgiveness that needs to happen here. Perhaps forgiveness of your partner. You know, maybe there's been some transgressions. Maybe it's not even like cheating or anything. Maybe it's more like they promised they weren't going to hang out with their friends, but they hung out anyway, like for the 20th time, and it bothers you. But you're going to have to, in order for this relationship to work, and I'm, you know, speaking probably to a small segment of Cancers here, but in order for this relationship to work, there's going to have to be some surrendering your desire to control the other person, and also some forgiveness of the other person and of what of the perceived wrongdoings are to you. You're not going to move forward. And this also goes for forgiveness of maybe a boss who's transgressed you, or who maybe made a promise to you and then reneged, or now a coworker who is bothering, you know, you guys are working on a project together and they didn't hold up their bargain or end of the bargain. Now you're carrying the weight of the work. So, you know, there's some forgiveness work that needs to happen there. We'll look at the guidebook too to see if there's any additional meanings we can look out for. Then we have parental care. And sometimes parental care comes up for people who are actually now in the stage of their life where they find that they're taking care of their parents. Or this could also be, perhaps maybe from the perspective of the adult who is being cared for by their adult child, just depending on where you are in that mix, Cancer. Either you're the parent or that's being cared for, or you're the child who's taking care of the parent in this situation. Let's take a look at the guidebook for the Butterfly Oracle. Okay, dear one, have you been carrying around anger, guilt, shame, or regrets? This card indicates that it's time to set down these burdens so that you can spread your wings and fly higher. You are guided to release stored emotions and thoughts that may block you. Forgiveness doesn't mean that what others did to you is okay, or that you need to spend time with them. Rather, it means that you are choosing to detox yourself from residual negative thoughts and emotions related to these experiences. Prayer, spending time in nature, cultivating compassion, journaling, support groups, and trauma counseling can help you gain understanding and the motivation to completely forgive. Be sure to forgive yourself for any regrets and release grudges you're holding toward yourself. It's helpful to learn from mistakes made in the past, but not to hang on to them by berating yourself. The point is to increase your confidence and the love in your heart so that you can focus upon your divine purpose. Additional meanings: letting go of the past, adopting a more positive outlook, releasing a toxic relationship with forgiveness, past life healing. It's beautiful. And then we'll just take a quick look at the parental guidance here. This card indicates that the parent-child roles have reversed and you are now involved in the caretaking of your folks. Elder care is a process of attending to your elderly or medically challenged loved ones, which can mean a big lifestyle change for you. Of course, you care about their health and comfort. However, how do you balance your own health and comfort? You drew this card because your aging parents are weighing on you, and you are guided to ask for your help, and support from healthcare professionals and other relatives. It seems that you might have been assuming that no one else would lend a hand, yet garnering appropriate assistance is essential to everyone's well-being. Loving someone does not require you to be a superhero or to wreck yourself to save him or her. Love takes everyone's highest good into account, including your own. Additional meanings could be caring for a friend or relative, deciding on living arrangements for aging parents, healing your relationship with your parents. So that could also be it for some cancers. Healing the relationship with parents, right? Where you have to surrender your desire to control the outcome of maybe how you want your parents to respond to a discussion that you need to have with them about how they hurt you. And you're going to have to just learn to forgive and learn to understand that you can't control them or the situation or the past. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Now, I want to just get some quick tarot guidance. Oops. All right, Spirit. What will Cancers be working with for the month of March 2018? Okay, thank you. We have Ace of Swords, Page of Wands. Beautiful. Okay, so for Ace of Swords, we have you having new beginnings with clarity of mind. Like for the month of March, Cancers, there's a sense that you're going to have some epiphanies or some new perceptions, a new perspective on how to look at a situation. Perhaps it's a situation with your parents or your partner. Perhaps it's a situation at work for some of you. You're going to have a moment, aha moment, where you're like, I get it. I don't need to stress anymore off this situation. I can release and let go and move on. And I can get peace from that. And there is where the growth is going to happen for you. And then we have the Page of Wands. Pages deals with educating yourself, being new or at the beginning, just like the aces. The aces go ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then the page, knight, queen, king. Both are like at the beginnings or the starts of something. So many of you guys will be embarking on a new passion, project, or, maybe a new hobby for some of you, while others, it brings news of a, potential love. Maybe this is actually a new affair that's being born. More on that probably in the love segment of your reading. But nevertheless, I get a sense that because you're going to have this clarity of mind, this new way of thinking about things, and a shift in the way you think about things, that's going to make room for your passions to start to blossom and bloom in other areas of your life. And that is super important for having growth, for being able to maybe even move into a place where you can start a business even, or even not just start a business, but just have hobbies and new friends coming into your life. But that can't happen if you're trying to spend a lot of energy and time controlling others, thinking about how you can control others. It certainly can't happen if there's not any forgiveness in your heart. So there will definitely be some realizations coming to you in the month of March. And it's beautiful because we see you have the realization because the growth card comes up. And again, just lean into that wisdom, your intuition. Okay, so let us move on. I want to, before we move on to there, let's take a look at your abundance forecast for March for Cancer. What guidance, Spirit, can you give Cancer regarding how they can manifest more abundance? Abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment. And that is what you will experience. And this can be abundance in any area of your life, Cancer. It could be the abundance in your love life, right? If you want trust in your relationship, then you have to embody trust. You have to feel it, see it, bring it into existence by believing that it's already here. Same thing with abundance, with money, same thing with health, same thing with having relationships work, etc., etc. Abundance mindset. And then the other card that jumped was exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. The key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels. And the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. It's beautiful. So again, you're making room. The growth is happening by making room for what it is that really is serving your higher good. Exercising is serving your higher good. Pursuing your passions and what stirs your soul, that's setting you up for your highest good. That is quite beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so now we can move to the love part. All right, Spirit. What tarot guidance do you have for Cancers for the month of March 2018, coupled and single, for our Cancer friends for March? Just one or two cards giving us some guidance about their love life for March. The first card that jumped, we have the Six of Cups. Nice. March is bringing a lot of Six of Cups energy to a few signs, which is beautiful. And then we have the Eight of Wands. And I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I hope you can see those. They're going to be kind of here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle out also the Romance Angels. Spirit, can you give Cancer singled and coupled up some love guidance, and also what to expect for March? Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Interesting. All right. And then we'll do the sexual sensual energies in a moment. But the first card that it jumped for love was Six of Cups. And for those who are in a relationship, and the reason I think the codependency card jumped is because some of you guys are in a relationship where there's an active addiction going on with either you or with, I get a sense, your partner. And it is challenging for you because you want to control them. And when a partner is addicted and has issues, there's issues that come up that require some forgiveness inherently when you're dealing with someone who has addictions. But the reason why you do and you stick it out is because the Six of Cups is a nostalgia card. It's, when you're with your partner, you guys have a sense of going way back when with each other and being connected on a soul level and being able to share memories and connections together. And it's a beautiful thing. And that's why you stick it out. That's why you love your partner so. And that's why it is worth sticking it out. But again, you're going to have to find another approach by gaining help from others in your circle to lean upon to help your partner through this time of illness. That's for those who are dealing with addictions. Maybe it's not even addictions. Maybe it's just, a pattern that's affecting your relationship right now. And so it'll cause for you all to remember why you fell in love, which was that old school connection that you have with each other. So that is why you continue to work at the relationship. For those who are single, I get a sense that someone who's going to enter your life in March it's going to feel like deja vu to you, like you've known this person before and you want to spend more time with this person. But for some reason, perhaps they don't live in the area or they're traveling and it's a fleeting moment. But this person's going to be like on your mind. The love affair that was blossoming between you all was fast paced, passionate, just fury, and you felt super connected to this person emotionally and passionately. And then, you wonder what's going to happen. I get a sense that the connection will still be there amongst you two, but if you're dealing with a long distance relationship, you're going to have to understand again, you're not going to be able to control that situation. Even if they lived in town with you, you can't control it. You're going to have to learn to go with the flow, to not squelch the passions. For those who are completely single, there's no one around. This again signifies that for March, you're going to get a sense of like feeling nostalgia for old relationships, thinking back when, maybe even reconnecting with some old boyfriends or girlfriends. And then also, if that's not even happening, there's going to be a sense of a lot of busyness in terms of maybe going on dates, or maybe just being too busy in work and life to even go on dates. But just try to find a balance in your life, Cancers, to make time for love. And it's fine to be nostalgic. This is for my single Cancers. It's fine to be nostalgic for old relationships. But if those relationships weren't really serving you, then it's time to move on hastily, fast, to a new passion, a new person, if you know what I mean. And then with codependency, I think we've touched upon this enough. Not too much to say there. Just be mindful of that. That happens a lot in relationships. And I just want to read it and see if it gives any advice for folks who are single. I like this part. Since love is the basis of your romantic partnership, addictions become a barrier to moving forward toward true emotional intimacy. This is especially true if you are twisting yourself in knots to please a person whose dependency has lessened his or her capacity for happiness. That no-win situation will negatively affect your self-esteem and your own happiness if you continue on this path. So you're going to, and then she mentions in her guidebook about 12-step meeting programs for both people who are, in active addiction, through AA, and then there's Al-Anon for loved ones. So again, just be mindful of that and take care of yourself in that. All right. And then we're just going to take a quick look at the sexual sensual energies for March for Cancers, singled and coupled. Oh, nice. Another 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. And I think this is the Knight of Cups. Wow. There's going to be a lot. Despite all of this going on, Cancer, there's going to be a lot of passionate, sexual, sensual energies going on for you for the month of March. With Cups, there's emotional connections that you're making with this particular partner that you are having these sensual connections with. The Wands indicates a passionate, hard, fast-moving love affair that's coming hard and fast at you and the partner. And so you just kind of have to temper it and just make sure that you're not losing your head in all of this, because there's no card that jumped for the swords, which would be your mental kind of clarity. It's all heart and all loin and passions here. So just be careful that you don't start making decisions with these kind of energies dictating. You want to also bring in some level-headedness about decisions about being with a certain person exclusively, if that makes any sense. And then for our coupled up folk, this speaks to a good time. Despite the things that may be going on in your relationship, your sex life at this point does not seem to be suffering. based on the cards. You know, sometimes it may suffer from time to time when you're not able to forgive, or when they give you a reason that you have to deal with trying to forgive them. But nevertheless, at least for March, that passion of, oh, you're getting on my nerves right now, I can't stand you, I can't stand you, to, oh my gosh, I love you, I love you. That dynamic seems to be going on for the month of March for our coupled up folk. All right, let's get a quick healing card before we wrap up. For Cancer, what healing wisdom can we share, Spirit, with Cancer for the month of March? Oh no, I just would like one, please. Thank you. Okay, wild. Again, I think this is going to speak about pursuing your passions. I'm going to read the guidebook quickly. Let's do wild. There is a wild, untamed spirit inside of you, desperate to be unleashed. Free it and claim the gifts of energy, power, passion, and creativity it offers you. Through suppressing your wild, succulent, outrageous, and untamed self, you dull your senses and crush your creativity. You shrink, lose your energy, and become depressed. Your relationships suffer and your rage grows. You become ashamed, hostile, cold, boring, over-serious, and scared. You stop taking chances and live in mediocrity, constantly trying to protect yourself. The truth is that no one can judge you, punish you, or hurt you as much as you can. Give into your wildness and stop living a sham. This part of you is a sensual, provocative, truthful, courageous, bold, passionate, and alive. Set it free. Again, and this speaks to that. Once you have that new perspective, it's time to get back to pursuing what stirs your soul. What are you passionate about? What sets you wild and free in your life? If you don't know, it's time to get to knowing. Okay, Cancers? Because that's what it's about in living this life. Okay, it's not about, trying to be in a relationship and control it and losing sight of what makes you tick. You've been focusing too much on others and not enough on yourself, which that's your giving nature. But nevertheless, you're going to have to bring it on in. Well, anyways, much love, my lovely Cancers. Thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video. Hi, Leos. This is your March Love and Life and Abundance reading. We are now looking at the overall overarching energies for our Leo friends for the month of March 2018. Spirit, what advice do you have, or what is impacting our lovely Leos? Okay. All right, so the two cards that jumped was Passion and Secrets. This is from the Dear Heart Oracle. And by Pan Art, I should also add. Passion. Leos, you are full of fury, fiery passion for the month of March. In love, in life, in work, in play. Everything is coming up passionate red roses for you in March. And that's a wonderful thing. There have been times where you have been doing a lot of deep soul searching, a lot of deep soul work, inner work. And now it is paying off in huge dividends in your life. You're finally starting to reap the benefits of all that hard, deep soul work you were doing in months prior. So you should applaud yourself, but it's a very sensuous time for you for the month of March. And then we have Secrets. And I love this card in this deck in this message, because if you look here, you kind of see something here, like something that needed to come up. The secret could either be a secret you are holding from perhaps a partner, perhaps an employer, perhaps a friend. Maybe you know something and you're not willing to share. That's possibly for some Leos, while other Leos, I get a sense that you are impacted by secrets from you. Maybe perhaps your partner is holding secrets from you that I don't know if they will negatively impact you or your relationship, but nevertheless, there are secrets. The cards that come after this will reveal the nature of the kind of secrets that you'll be dealing with in March, and whether or not it's really kind of coming from you or if it's coming from someone around you that has secrets about you or secrets about themselves that they have not revealed to you. So these are the overarching energies and themes for the month of March that you will be working with and dealing with and becoming friends with and releasing if necessary. All right, so let's take a look at some outside and inside life influences that may be impacting our Leo friends for the month of March 2018. What's going on with our Leos? What advice do you have, Spirit, for March for our Leos? Okay. And then I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to also, this is from the Butterfly Oracle by Doreen Virtue. These two. And then we're going to do a surrender card. Spirit, what does Leo need to surrender for the month of March? Well, I instantly jumped. Okay, surrender to your intuition. So the first card that jumped from the Butterfly Oracle was Welcome the New. And then we have Sobriety. And then we have Surrender to your intuition. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. And you will have a heightened sense of intuition in the month of March. It's going to be like almost palpable to you. Listen to it. Follow it. Get into a rhythm and a relationship with your intuition where you call out a question, your intuition answers back quickly. That's how it works. It's just you exercising your muscle of being able to receive your intuitive information. Okay. So welcome the new. Yes. This is a time of you welcoming in the new. And it's amazing because, like I said, we've done some readings in the past for Leos. And from my memory, there was some work that needed to be done in the love area. But you've done the work. And now you're welcoming in the new. Now you're, have a new perspective. You're open to love. You're open to what's in store for you for abundance. It's a lot of good things coming to you. You just have to be willing and ready to receive it. So how do you get willing and ready to receive it? Well, you have to get yourself into a place of allowing, kind of going with the flow, if you will. I mean, you will have to do action steps, but in terms of resisting all the time against certain things or certain people, that's not going to get you where you need to go. We're going to take a look at the guidebook in just a moment for additional meanings. Sobriety. I wonder if the secrets have to do with sobriety. Perhaps someone no longer has sobriety, and that's a secret that's being kept from you, or you are keeping from your partner. Maybe, and sobriety of what, right? What kind of addictions? What kind of addictions? We'll take a look at these and see what's going on here. Welcome the new. that. Let's see what we've got. Okay, let's see. Change can be exciting, bringing you opportunities for joy, learning, and success. This card indicates that you may have been anxious in the face of newness. You are reassured, though, that this change will bring many blessings for everyone involved. Although it may occur differently than how you would have scripted it, all is in divine and perfect order. Have faith that you'll know what to do in each moment. Trust that your needs will be provided for every step of the way, as long as you follow your inner guidance. Allow yourself to feel excited about this change and approach it with a spirit of adventure. Ooh. Additional meanings, a big positive change. Nice. Respecting the free will choices of everyone involved, even if they differ from your own. Taking an adventure trip. Yay. Going on a holiday. Trying something completely different. Nice. So that's what's going on for you in the month of March, Leos. That's nice. Now let's take a look at sobriety. You're becoming more aware and sensitive, according to this card. By detoxing and abstaining from chemicals, you're more in touch with your inner guidance and true feelings. Sobriety allows you to focus so that your healing and manifestation work head in the best direction. Getting and staying sober usually requires some support, which is normal and nothing to feel ashamed about. There are free 12-step meetings in every city, blah, blah, blah. Not to say blah, 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 because it's not blah, 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 but you know what I mean. Additional meetings, loved ones, addictions, or sobriety, codependency issues, that's interesting, detoxing, recovering from a relapse, helping others gain sobriety. Interesting. Maybe these are past secrets in your partner's relationship of his past that is now coming to fruition in your relationship. You know, it's just interesting dynamics there. Interesting dynamics. All right. So let's take a look at your abundance energies. And I apologize, you guys. I have a heater on. It is, well, okay, it's not freezing. I'm in California. But I'm in Northern California, and it's like, I don't know, like 35 degrees right now. So I have my little space heater on. I'm very safe. I'm watching it, but it's loud, and I apologize, but I'm freezing in here. I'm not used to this. All right, guys. Sorry, I digress. All right, so moonlighting. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. So what are the passions that you have that you can kind of soar away into a new business venture? You know, for myself, I fell in love with cards. I fell in love with the readings. I fell in love with being of service to people. So it was a natural progression for me to start a tarot reading business. What's your passion? Are you a writer? Are you an artist? Are you a jewelry maker? Are you a wedding planner? Are you whatever, fill in the blanks. Moonlight as that. Start for free if you need to. Get some people, clientele who'll write some great reviews for you. And there you have it. You now have a new business, or you may have a side hustle that you're doing. Maybe you go pick up a second job to help, realize some financial easement, if you will, getting some relief from your financial pressures, Leo. A second job will definitely, obviously help with that. So for some of you who are toying with the idea of getting a second job, this card is a confirmation for you that that's the energies where Spirit wants you to go. If you've been pondering it, this is a yes. For those of you who have not even considered it yet, this is something you should consider. Because this is anything spawning from your passions especially. And why not do it while you're moonlighting? Get a little taste of it. will just magnify and grow and become more and more bigger in your life, creating bigger blessings, all out of things that stir your soul. Okay, so let us now take a look at some tarot energies. All right, Spirit, what do we have for our Leo friends for the month of March? Okay. Any other messages? Oh, lots of messages. That's okay. Good. All right. The first card that jumped was the Hermit card. And so this, you guys, was from the Angels of Abundance by Doreen Virtue. And this, I'll have it. This is the Power of Surrender cards. This is Spirit Within Tarot. The Hermit. What do you think, Leo, when you see that? It's a time also of going within. It could also be a time of secrets that maybe you are keeping from your partner. Maybe these are secrets of, vicious mind cycles that you have with negative self-talk. Maybe it's time for you to sober up on that. So it's a combination of things. So you're needing to go within to get the answers, not go without looking outside to get the answers, going within to get the answers, going within to kind of calm the spirit. Okay. So that there will be a lot of that Hermit energy going on in the month of March for our Leo friends. And that's okay. That's okay. Then we have, let's see, the Magician and the Queen of Wands. The Magician has got different things in the air. He's got the cups for emotions. He's got the swords for the mental energies. He's got the pentacles, for the earthly matters, the finances, the body, the ground, if you will, and the wands, the passion, the stirrings, the ambition, the hunger, if you will. So the Magician is able to mix all of this together and come up with something amazing. All from counting on intuition and pulling a little bit of, experience and a little bit of magic, and just trusting that the magic will come when it comes in its own divine timing for whatever the spell that you were trying to create, whether it's in life or love. So in the month of March, there's going to be a sense of, while you're in hermit mode, you're making things happen. You're plotting and planning on how you can make extra income and how you can incorporate your passions by doing that. You're surrendering to your intuition. Look at that. The Hermit relies on his or her own intuition. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. You can't have the outside noises crowding you, Leos. Okay, let's quickly move on to our love segment. Let's get some tarot energies on love energies for both our single and coupled up Leos for the month of March. What guidance do you have? Okay, we'll just go with these. Okay, the first card that was face up was Equilibrium, which is Temperance. This is from my lovely Celtic Tarot. And Two of Wands. I love this. So we have sobriety and equilibrium. That's no coincidence to me. And welcoming in the new, welcoming in a sober mind, a sober heart, a sober spirit. Having a balance of things, balance of emotions, balance of, just not going into excess of things, going into excess of, over loving on someone. And you know what I mean, Leos. Or overindulging in eating too much, or overindulging in shopping, or overindulging in gambling, or whatever the case may be. Having a balance. Yes, there's nothing wrong with treating yourself, but, make sure you keep that balance. And so in your love life, it's a call to keep a balance. A call to, because if you are having excesses, or your partner is having excesses, that is affecting the balance of your own relationship with that partner. If you are single and you're dealing with addictions, or dealing with things, not just necessarily addictions, but of negative self-talk, which to me is like an addiction. You get addicted to kind of being negative all the time. And you got to really pay attention to your inner self-talk, because what you're telling yourself on a constant reel every day, it could affect you. And if you don't have a balance, if that's out of control, that's going to keep love away. Even if you've got new mates coming to you, it's going to be repelled by the negative energies emitting from you. So you have to mind your balances in your life, your physical balances, your exercise, your health, your mental, your emotional, your financial. And Two of Wands. So, you have Two of Wands. You have this person with the little flames here. Wands is a passion. For some of our single Leos, this is portending a time of, new dates. You're finally going on dates. You're finally being able to accept dates. Or maybe you are asking someone on a date and they're saying yes. And so you guys are kind of going on this journey together, and you're kind of see where it's going. For those who are in relationships, this shows a kind of new perspective. Tide has turned in the relationship. You both, for you, it's kind of like you want to go on this journey with this partner, but there's also something in you that is like, okay, I have to make sure my life and my passions and my ducks are in a row as well. So it's an interesting time for you. Again, it's all about the balance, though. Balance. Make sure you're tending to your passion pursuits, your needs. Don't lose sight of yourself. Don't lose balance in your relationship where it becomes so one-sided that the partner takes you for granted, or that a potential mate doesn't see the value in you. Okay? Don't want that. All right, let's get the Romance Angels Oracle. Spirit, what advice do you have for our Leo friends? What advice for March? For singled and coupled. Well, I don't want that many. I think I'm just going to do 3, 2, 1. All right, we have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. I'm going to read from the guidebook on that one. This is the Romance Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. Trust. In response to your question, the Romance Angels ask you to trust that everything is exactly as it needs to be. Do not add fear to the situation, which will only create drama and negativity. Instead, the angels ask that you release your worries to them. Your present situation is here to bring you blessings and personal growth, leading to the beautiful romantic love you so deeply desire and deserve. As you follow the pathway you're currently on, trust that it's leading you in the right direction. Your faith uplifts your energy, which in turn attracts positive experiences and people, including your romantic partner. This truly is a situation where, with faith, all things are possible, my dears. Oh, I love that. Love, love, love. Trust. Remember that. Let this be your mantra. Trust. Trust in spirit. Trust in the divine. Trust in your beautiful wisdom. Trust in your beautiful connectedness to the universe. Trust that in your partner, no matter how challenging that may be. Otherwise, don't be in a partnership if you can't trust. Okay? Right. What is the sensual, sexual energies for our Leo friends for the month of March? Any other energies we are dealing with? 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh. Nice. We have the Knight of Cups and the Stars card. Okay, so we're dealing with sexual, sensual energies. So, clearly, the Knights are about movement, action, and going forward. And the Cups is dealing with waters, which deals with emotions. So there's definitely an emotional connection to your partner if you're in a relationship. And therefore, it makes for a very beautiful, sensual, carnal connection with your partner. And that's a delightful thing to have, right? The sun is shining in your world. You know, you guys are connected. The waters are smooth and the emotional currents are smooth. So you're enjoying your time with your partner and your partner is enjoying their time with you. So that's good. I don't get any sense otherwise. Now, I do get a sense that for some of you, a small few Leos, that this could represent part of the secrets where your partner perhaps is having an emotional kind of beginning of like a relationship with someone, maybe online, and you may want to look into that and check out some things. Nothing, physical is going on as of yet, but emotional. So just kind of be on the lookout for that. And if you are engaging in something like that and you're in a relationship, just be mindful that, hey, there's cause and effect. I don't necessarily believe, oh, you did a naughty thing, so you're going to be punished for it. No judgments here. But what it means is that there is cause and effect from every action that we do. So we have to think about that. With that being said, though, I get a greater sense that the vast majority of Leos, coupled and single, are having a beautiful emotional March where it's connectedness with potential mates. If you're single, you're going on a couple of dates, you're having some chemistry, some sparks flying, and definitely there's sparks flying between our coupled Leos. And we know this because the Star card is right next to it. The Star card is a beautiful, amazing card of hope. So there is hope in your relationship, despite the secrets, despite the issues that may come up as far as like addictions, the ups and downs of being in a relationship, for example. You still have hope. You still have a hope of connection, of chemistry, of just a union of sorts with someone. And this also as far as singled Leos, that there is hope. If you believe and stop telling yourself negative self-talk about what kind of partner you can't get and what you ain't got and what you didn't get, let all that go and start to turn your faith towards trust in spirit and the stars, hope. Oh, I don't know. I love that. All right, so I think we're going to just move on. I always feel like I'm forgetting a deck. All right, so we are looking for some healing words for our Leo friends to close out their reading for the month of March. What do we have for our Leos, Spirit? Where is some healing that can take place? How can they do that? Ooh, alchemy. And that's beautiful, right? Because alchemy deals with what? The Magician card. Let's take a look at alchemy. Take a look at that from your Heal Yourself reading cards. This was from the Sensual Wicca Tarot. That's gorgeous. All right. I'm going to read from the guidebook for this one to take us on home for our Leos. Alchemy 25. The path you are on is about to go through a very powerful transformation. Nothing is how it seems. Ooh. You have an opportunity to take a big leap in your level of consciousness. It is extremely important that you focus on letting go of any negativity and beliefs that no longer serve you. You have access to the energy of alchemy, which can transform the most challenging experiences into incredible gifts and miracles. Meditate and take action on your highest goals and dreams. They are on their way to coming true. Let go of your expectations, my dears. What is about to appear can surpass anything you have dreamed of, okay? The most important part that you are prepared and ready to receive. And we said that at the beginning of the reading. The energy around you is very potent at the moment, so make sure that you are using this time as productively as possible. Give yourself time for prayer, gratitude, and celebration. And so even sobriety could just deal with that. It doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, you're kicking a habit, or oh, you're got negative self-talk. It could just be maybe you need a little bit more self-love. Maybe you need a little bit more alchemy. But this is a big, powerful energy that's coming to you in March. It's a gift. It's of energy that would happen whether you were going with the flow or not. So I suggest that you go with the flow with it and work with these energies as opposed to working against it. Because you've got the magic. You've got the power, Leos. It's now unfolding what you have been working on and working so hard for all this time. It is finally unfolding for you so beautifully. Thank you so much for watching, sweet souls. And I will see you all later. Ciao. Hey Virgos, this is Kim doing your March life, love, and abundance reading. So let's just get right on in it. All right, my lovely Virgos. Spirit, please give us some guidance or some overall energies that our Virgo friends will be working with and dealing with in the month of March. What are the energies, overall energies, overarching themes that Virgos will be working with and through the month of March 2018? What we've got? Any other messages, Spirit? Okay. All right, lots to say. That's fine. All right, so we have shadow self. And then we have a couple of other cards that jumped. Creativity. Transformation. Wounded. Okay. All right, Virgo. So what you're dealing with and working with in the month of March is definitely dealing with some shadow energies. You shadow self, shadow work, going through these spirals here and kind of just going deeper, 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 going within, maybe for some of you, unraveling things inside of you that have been kind of dormant, but now something activated inside of you that triggered you, and now you realize you've got some inner healing that needs to take place and needs to be dealt with. So you deal with it, right? And then you deal with it by way of creativity. You, in the month of March, to kind of help counter all the deep shadow self-work you're going to be dealing with and facing, what counters it for the month of March for you is creativity, being more creative, spending time doing creative things, maybe new things you hadn't thought about trying before, but now you're open to trying, perhaps old hobbies that you've kind of put aside and now you're coming back to them. You're seeing other people being inspired, being creative, so now it's sparking something inside of you. And it's also healing. It's healing while you go through this, because right below the creativity is the wounded. And then we have transformation in this corner. So we'll get to the transformation in a moment, but let's look at the wounded here. The wounded card is coming up as a juxtaposition, or just right, like here, look. I see this as shadow self, wounded, wounded, shadow self. Creativity, transformation. You transform by being creative. You be creative and you're transformed. You work on your shadow self. You deal with the wounds, the inner wounds, the wounds that are maybe even some fresh on top of old wounds. You deal with your shadow self. You deal with the wounds. You deal with the wounds. You heal your shadow side. You shed light. You illuminate light to the situation, and therefore you are transformed. So there's a lot going on for you in March, Virgos. A lot, but not. This isn't bad. This is, yeah. It sometimes at times can feel a little heavy, especially when you're confronted and faced with maybe some arguments that come up that stirs up some wounds. Perhaps it's just some discontent inside of you, some painful memories that have kind of emerged and come up. So deal with them though. Unravel them until they're nothing, till they just blow off into the wind, right? And just keep being creative, because that is how you transform your life. That's how you transform who you are and how you evolve into being who you are now becoming. And it's also how you transform your outer life, your inner life and your outer life. So it's some powerful shifts coming to you in the month of March, Virgos. But don't be afraid. This is a powerful healing time for you, and you should be very grateful for this. Very, very, very grateful. All right, let's take a look at what you should surrender, Virgos, for the month of March. Spirit, what should our Virgo lovely peoples surrender in the month of March 2018 so they can live their best life? Okay, 2 cards, Jet. We have surrender to what is. That's a beautiful card. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Wow. Yes. To what is, right? What is? The wounds. The shadow self. You can't hide from yourself anymore, Virgo. And I'm not speaking to all Virgos. This is probably a lot of this is probably speaking to a segment of Virgos. This could also be primarily, some of you will just be resonating with certain quadrants in this 4, right? While others will be relating to all of it. Some will be only relating to creativity, while others will only be relating to transformation or wounded or shadow self, or all of the above. So surrender to what is. Stop fighting what is going on in your life right now. Go, just kind of just say, you know what? You've heard that the saying, let go and let God, let go and let the universe, let go and let spirit, let go, and just trust that everything's going to unfold the way it needs to be. And when you finally have that release, you have so much peace that comes from that. And then the other card that jumped was surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. Okay, so that's going to be really important as you go through this time of transformation. And this is a part of your transformation, Virgos. Setting limits and surrendering to what is. And you really come into that knowing in the month of March. All right, let's take a look at what could be affecting affecting your life, both from an internal or external factor for our Virgos for March. What could be affecting our lovely Virgos for March on an internal and external level, or. Okay, we'll see if there's any other cards. Yes. All right, let me just stop there. All right, the first card that jumped was moving. Some of you all will actually, part of the transformation, part of the shadow self is moving house, moving jobs, moving a state of mind shifting, physically or emotionally, moving, shifting. We'll read the guidebook for additional meanings. But then we have also volunteer. So again, creativity. How can you creatively use your time and be of service and give to others? Well, one way is to volunteer. One way is to do the giving freely. This also could be dealing with your hobbies. Yes, you know, it says volunteer, but oftentimes when you're doing hobbies, you're really doing of service for spirit. You're activated by spirit, doing on behalf of spirit the hobbies that you wish to do, the volunteering, the reaching out to other people to help. All of that is divinely connected. And so that is one way some of you Virgos are getting active and creative in your life. Let's take a look at the guidebook on that. All right, let's see. Moving. This card indicates that you are moving or just moved into a new home. This is a huge change affecting every part of your life. On the one hand, it is wonderful. It is a wonderful way to clear the energy and start anew. On the other hand, the upheaval can be very disruptive. And that's the thing about transformation, right? It can be very disruptive. Moving for sure can be very disruptive in life. But it's a necessary dynamic, isn't it, right? On the one hand, it is a wonderful way to clear the energy and start anew. On the other hand, the upheaval can be very disruptive. This card acknowledges how much your current or impending move affects you. With this relocation, self-care becomes even more important. Take time to rest instead of rushing to get everything immediately completed. Keep up your normal routines of exercise and healthful eating. You need your strength and energy for this move, and during the adjustment period as well. Self-care also includes exploring your new neighborhood and making new friends. Additional meanings: changing your workplace, redecorating or remodeling, a second home or vacation, moving your body through a new exercise program, an emotionally moving experience. And also I'm called that one of the things that you should really, again, consider doing is setting limits and knowing that it's really for your higher good. You need to be like the butterfly or be like the caterpillar, right? Going within the cocoon, pulling in, surrendering to setting limits, set the appropriate boundaries and limits with others so you can have time to rest and restore and create and be merry. And then you'll emerge as the happy butterfly. This energy is a big overarching energy across all signs. It keeps coming up because we're all in a great shift of transformation and change right now. Now we have volunteer. Let's see what that says. Let's see what volunteer says. Sometimes volunteer work is the best method of effecting change related to an issue that you're passionate about, and also of exploring a new potential career and meeting like-minded friends. This card is guiding you to volunteer in a way that is meaningful for you. Remember that when you give, you also receive. You can't outgive the universe. Additional meanings: donate items, Help a person in need. Volunteer to be on a committee. Pray for God to assign you where you're most needed. The volunteer state. And then it puts Tennessee, which is an interesting Tennessee. The volunteer state. Maybe some of you are moving to or from Tennessee. Or maybe you're from Tennessee. Or maybe there's something about Tennessee, a potential love interest. I don't know. It's interesting. That is interesting. All right, let's look at some tarot energy for the month of March for our Virgo friends. Okay, lots of new beginnings, which is lovely, right? First card that jumps out is Queen of Wands. Then we have the Ace of Swords. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. And so with the Queen of Wands, we're dealing with, passions, mastery of pursuing passion pursuits. Just really someone who is ambitious, a go-getter. That's what's going on with you, Virgos. And Virgos, you always tend to be a Queen of Wands energy, just by nature. I'm just going to take a look here at the wands in this little guidebook that comes with this gorgeous deck. Let's see what it says. So sociable, determined, warm, and dominant. So, throughout all of this that's going on right now, you're going to be a master at being able to organize, get things done, just really with a move, for example, if you're moving, you're going to need to delegate, you're going to need to stay highly organized, and this card shows that you'll do it successfully. You will meet your goal of moving or transforming in a successful manner. And because you are one to plan and do as you need to do in that regard, it just really shows success. Other energies you'll be dealing with is the Ace of Swords, new beginnings of mental clarity, of a new perspective, of a new shift in your way of looking at things, new beginnings of, just receiving some new insight about a situation or about who you are as a person. And that new insight is going to be what really helps to jumpstart the transformation, jumpstart the healing, jumpstart the big changes in your life that is happening, that's going to be able to sustain you for many, many decades to come now. The work that you're doing now and have done, Virgo, is all setting you up for the rest of your life. That's how big this shift that you're going through is. And then finally we have the Ace of Pentacles, which also kind of signifies a move of sorts, a new beginning in home matters. Like Pentacles deals with like your earthly matters, your home matters, your money matters. So for sure this is for some of you, you really are moving in March. March is in some parts of the country a really good time to move. So like late spring even is a great time, or not late spring, excuse me, late March is when spring begins. So yeah, you have an opportunity also to maybe get a boost in finances. Maybe perhaps some of you all are getting your tax refunds during this time. Maybe some of you are getting bonuses. Perhaps some of you are just better managing your budget because you had to move, so now you're clear on how much you're working with, how much you have. And so as a result, you have a surplus of money because now you've planned and was successful in getting things moving in your work life or your budget or actually physically moving house, so to speak. All right, and let's take a look at your abundance card here. Let's see, Spirit, for our Virgo friends, please give us a card that represents how they can achieve more abundance in their life. And messages, Spirit. Okay. So the first card that jumped was Power of Prayer. Give the situation to God for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives to you in response to your prayers. So in other words, start understanding the power of your word, the power of your thought, the power of your intention. Okay, Virgos, the power of your intention. When you pray, when you meditate on something, when you focus in on that which you want, the universe or God responds in kind. So just recognize that it can be quick, the results of your prayer. What blocks a lot of blessings, obviously divine timing is going to happen in divine timing. But also what kind of slows down our manifestation abilities is our inability to believe that we are powerful manifestors, right? We're powerful. We are, but we lose sight of that, and we hem and haw, and we doubt, and we don't realize that that doubt is what's blocking the blessing. So surrender to what is, and understand that you have the power, the mental clarity, the mental understanding, the mental discipline to steer your thoughts to a more positive way, a more positive slant on them versus negative self-talk, okay? Let go of guilt. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. So if there's something that is going on with guilt in your life, whether you hold a lot of guilt or whether you hold someone to them being guilt ridden or guiltful, that's not really a word, I don't think, but you are, oh, hold on one second, guys. I want to make sure you can hear this. You are super powerful, and you just have to remember that. If you're carrying guilt, guilt is definitely one of those energies that's going to block the blessings that are trying to reach you and the abundance that's trying to come to you. If there's burdens that you're carrying from other people who are constantly bringing up old things that you need to be feeling guilty over, this is the time to set limits as well. Not just setting limits for always saying yes to others, but also setting limits for people who want to keep dumping their emotional baggage onto you, and then in turn you're turning around feeling guilty. No more feeling guilty. I needed to turn my mic up all the way to make sure. Sorry, just wanted to make sure you guys could hear me. So it's so important to set limits for the folks who are trying to make you feel guilty. Okay? No more guilt. No more guilt. Let it go. It's blocking your blessings. All right. So now we're going to move into the romance part of the reading. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to I'm going to do a little different this time. We're going to do the Sensual Wicca Tarot. And this, you guys, was from the Angels of Abundance Oracle by Doreen Virtue. This is the Spirit Within Tarot. It's even bright. This is from the Butterfly Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Dear Heart Oracle, Power of Surrender cards. Just like to announce what we're working with here. This is the Sensual Wicca Tarot. We are looking for the overall love, sensual and sexual energies for Virgos, single and coupled, for the month of March. We're going to combine it up for time's sake. Also, I just like a lot of what the sensual Wicked Tarot has to say about love and sex and sensual energies. All right. So the first card that jumped was the Seeker, which I believe is the Hermit card. And I'm going to double check because, yes, it is the Hermit card. Then we have the Six of Cups. And then finally we have the Sun card. Nice, nice. So this is good. This is good, Virgo. So the Seeker. During the month of March, particularly in the beginning and the middle part, I get a sense, Virgos, that you're going to be going within, doing that shadow work, seeking the answers from within you, following your own intuition, your own insights, your own gut reactions. And that's really good for you. That's also showing how you're shifting. You stop always consulting and gathering evidence you should do this or that. Now you're going within. Now you are the seeker, but you're seeking from within. That's powerful, and that coincides with the shadow self card, okay? So with that being said, when we look at the Seeker, the Hermit card, if you're in a relationship, you're going to find that you're either pulling within, kind of even pulling a little bit away from your partner to seek the answers about issues that have come up in your relationship. You're going to pull within and be able to come emerging back out probably in mid to later part of March with the answers on how to move forward in your relationship. For those who are single, you're going to be spending a lot of alone time where you're going to be, finding that you can pleasure yourself, you can be with yourself, you can be by yourself. For those who are single, and you're just kind of relishing in that moment right now. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we can be our own best friend, our own best date, and we can be comfortable with that. So that's okay. That's good. That's, again, I think as a result of your transformation. But then for the coupled up ones, again, I think it's just a lot of the Virgos who are in relationships were kind of seeking outward answers, looking outward. And there's nothing wrong with going to a counselor, getting help, seeking help from maybe your pastor or your, spiritual advisor or whomever, or your tarot reader. You can look for answers out there, but really the answers and who you should be consulting is your partner and you first. See if you can troubleshoot your relationship problems with either yourself or with your partner before you start troubleshooting with other people, is the sense I get. All right. So once you kind of have that epiphany, Virgos, there's a time for our coupled up ones that you go through the Six of Cups, where you are connecting and vibing with your partner, having nostalgic memories and moments with one another, making memories, just really enjoying one's company in the month of March, just enjoying watching spring come about. And I invite you to do that if you're not really having that kind of in your relationship right now. Bring that energy into your relationship. Just because this is a tarot reading and this is predicting the overall energies for March doesn't mean that if you're not seeing it happen in like day 3 in March, doesn't mean you can't go ahead and start initiating that for your partner, for the sake of your relationship. For our single ones, this is just simply saying that there's going to be an emotional time where you're finally on the other side of feeling kind of bad, feeling kind of sad. You are remembering the good times. Spring is kind of giving you that little pep in your step. There's going to be someone who asks you out. You're going to say yes. You're going to start going on dates. For some of you, you may actually even meet someone who actually makes you feel like, wow, I've known this person for a long time. It's like an old school connection. I really have a lot of sexual chemistry with this person. I'm vibing with this person, and I really think something could blossom here. So that's a beautiful thing. And we know this also to be true because the last card that comes up is the Sun card. The Sun card for our single lovely Virgos shows, yeah, you are going to definitely be going on dates in March. You're going to definitely be putting yourself out there for those who may not see the dates just yet, but the dates are going to be starting to come in March, April, May, summertime. Lots of love potentially blossoming and growing. You're able to leap over hurdles that you've had in the past in love almost effortlessly, and you're having a good time while you're doing it. Keep having a good time, Virgos. For our coupled up ones, just the same thing. You and your partner have jumped over some hurdles. Perhaps you stop going outward. You start realizing the value of just building that connection from within, and then being solid and fortified by that. And you're connected and you're sharing the sunlight. You are the sunlight. You're having a great time in March overall with your partner. It's a beautiful time for our Virgo friends in terms of love and romance. Despite the deep work, doesn't mean that you can't be having some romance. All right, Spirit, please give us advice for March for Virgos for their love life, both single and coupled. Any other messages? 3. Oh, yes. All right, we're going to stop there. Spirit will want to talk all day, which is great, but we don't have all day, do we? All right, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. This is confirmation again that for your love life for March, Virgos, you really are having romantic feelings. Things are really picking up in that area for you. And then finally, trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, okay? Faith that you're going to get on the other side of the pain. For those of you who are going through new wounds, for those of you who are healing or rehealing old wounds, you again trust that, and I get a sense this is heart love wounds, you know. Trust that that's going to be healed. Trust that you will be able to move past that and be able to find the love that you so desperately want. Let's take a look at the guidance. Just get some general guidance here. Calling in your soulmate. You, like everyone, have soulmates. These are people with whom you shared time with in heaven and in other lives. You made a soul agreement to meet in this lifetime for the purpose of mutual spiritual growth. You have many such agreements with various people who are all your soulmates. They include friends, family members, coworkers, and romantic partners. This card guides you to actively call your romantic soulmate into your life. You can do so through prayer, affirmations, and visualizations. It also means working on yourself so that you epitomize the qualities you're seeking in a partner. For instance, if you desire a significant other who's got a great sense of humor, develop this within yourself. Like attracts like, which is part of calling in your soulmate. Then we have romantic feelings. Okay. This card comes to you as guidance to follow the pathway of those feelings, those romantic feelings. Perhaps you've met someone who made your heart leap and you wondered whether to pursue him or her. Well, this card says that the answer is yes. Take action by flirting, asking the person out on a date, or making your feelings known. If you've recently been longing for more romance in your life, this card is a signal to take charge of making that happen. You can, quote unquote, romance yourself by, for example, treating yourself to a luxurious massage or pedicure, buying yourself presents, or watching a romantic movie. You can also actively pursue and attract romance. First, affirm that it is already inside of you. Trust, right? Next card next to it. In some cases, you'll receive this card as a signal that you are ready for a new relationship. You can also, let's see. A partner definitely brings these feelings to the surface. However, they were within you as a potential initially. The more you affirm, I am romantically loved, the more you attract this condition within yourself and through a relationship. Okay, so just be mindful of that, okay? Be mindful of what you're affirming about your love life. And because it could be going really good and you can just shift things by negative thoughts or kind of saying things that self-sabotage what you've got going on. And trust. In response to your question, the romance angels ask you to trust that everything is exactly as it needs to be. Do not add fear to the situation, which will only create drama and negativity. Instead, the angels ask you to release your worries to them. Your present situation is here to bring you blessings and personal growth, leading to the beautiful romantic love you so desperately desire and deserve. And then we mentioned that earlier. As you follow the pathway you're currently on, trust that it's leading you in the right direction. Your faith uplifts your energy, which in turn attracts positive experiences and people, including your romantic partner. This truly is a situation where with faith, all things are possible. Isn't that beautiful? We're going to close out the reading now with the Heal Yourself reading cards. All right, Spirit, what additional guidance do you have for Virgos with regards to how can they aid and help in their own healing for the month of March 2018? For our Virgo friends, a jumping card would be great. One card would be awesome. Oh my gosh. Healing. As if you didn't need any more confirmation, right? Healing. Let's see. That is number 21. Illness and pain in your body is a message for you to slow down, look within, and make important changes. If you're experiencing stress, feel overwhelmed, or suffering ailments in your body, or feel exhausted and depressed, it means that your body is trying to communicate with you. Your body, and I'd also add, your mind wants you to start treating it in a more loving manner and listening to the messages it is sending you. You need to become conscious of the areas in your life that you are avoiding or suppressing. Healing takes time. It is a process. Your first steps towards healing is to create a safe, loving, supportive environment where you can listen to your inner wisdom, Virgos. Wow. So listen to this video, a few times if you need to, of course, because there's a lot of good information that Spirit wants you to know about what you're going through in March, and that it really is for your higher good. It's setting the foundation for the rest of your life. So take it seriously. Love yourself through this healing time and welcome in the new. It's going to be a beautiful ride. Bumpy, sure, but that keeps it exciting, right? All right, my dears. Much love to you. Thanks for watching.